Previous lesson, we have looked at the animal cell, and we mentioned that within the animal cell are structures such as the cell membrane. We looked at the cytoplasm, and then within it are organelles, which are structures found within the animal cell, like the vacuole, the nucleus, and the mitochondrion. In today's lesson, we'll be looking at the functions of the organelles of the animal cell. So we'll be looking at what each of the things within the animal cell does. By the end of the lesson, we expect that as a student, you should be able to state the function of the organelles of the animal cell. So now, let's look at the functions of the organelles of the animal cell. So let's study the animal cell again. Look at the structure of the animal cell. We have first the cell membrane. So when we look at the cell membrane, what does it do? So let's study the cell membrane and liken it to the walls of our homes. Why do we build walls around our homes? We build it for protection, right? So the cell membrane offers protection to the cell. It offers protection to the cell. And then the cell membrane also contains materials that is able to allow the materials that are within the cell to move in and out of the cell. So it allows materials to move in and out of the cell. But the primary function is to protect the inner structures of the cell. And then we also have the cytoplasm. Now, the cytoplasm is simply the liquid. So it's the liquid in which the organelles is found. So the cytoplasm is a liquid where the organelles are found. So we find the organelles in the cytoplasm. Now, apart from these two, we have the organelles within the cell, the animal cell. So one of them we will look at is the nucleus. Now, we can liken the nucleus to the brain of the cell. So what does the brain do for us? When we look at our brain helps to coordinate all our activities. If we walk, we will eat. If we will talk. In the same way, the nucleus controls the life activities of the cell. So it controls the life activities of the cell. So whatever the cell does, it is as a result of the nucleus. So it controls the life activities of the cell. And then we also have the vacuole, which is a structure that stores food substances. So it stores food substances such as sugar and salt. So that is what the vacuole does. The vacuole stores food substances such as sugar and salt. Take note. The food substances are sugar and salt. And then when we look at the mitochondrion, that is a pear-shaped structure, the mitochondrion is responsible for release of energy. So mitochondrion, we can say that it releases energy for the cell. So it is a structure that releases energy and produces energy for the cell. So in today's lesson, we have looked at the functions of the parts of the animal cell, basically the organelles. And we said that the nucleus controls the life activities of the cell. And then it also helps us to be able to pass heredity materials from parents to offspring. That is a secondary function. So for us to look like our parents, it's as a result of the nucleus. And then the mitochondrion releases and produces energy for the cell. In our next lesson, we'll be looking at another type of cell, which is a plant cell. See you in the next lesson.